Hello everyone, welcome to Liquid Assets TV, the internet's most educational and entertaining cocktail and spirit show. I'm your host, Jerry McGill, aka Dr. Drinx. Now, we got a pretty cool show for you. It's Christmas. We've got the office staff here from over at the office over here, and we're eating tamales and some cheese, queso dip, and stuff like that. Good old Texas Christmas luncheon, or dinner, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, we're going, and while I'm here, we're going to make some drinks for you. I've got some ones that'll be very, very easy for you to do at home, and y'all can talk amongst yourselves and eat now. So I just need to get that intro done. Sorry, guys. But anyway, I'm using some basic stuff that you could use at home that you could easily get it readily at the grocery store. You don't have to do a whole lot of prep work or anything like that. So what we're going to do is do that. So this is a situation where you can make these cocktails at home and do them, and you can do them for Christmas. And hey, if you want to get grandma drunk in the meantime with these, suit yourself. So anyway, so let me start making these and get them going, and let's get them rolling here. Chad, let's do. I got my son kind of assisting me today, so let me get him to grab a few things. Okay, like I told you, I'm using stuff from the grocery store. This is very, very simple. Anybody's going to be able to do this. I'm using all kinds of, basically coffee creamers is the base for all these drinks. So that's what they are. We're all kinds of different ones. Let me call them out here. This is a caramel apple, a chocolate mint truffles, a gingerbread, an eggnog, a peppermint mocha, and then also a pumpkin-pecan spice. And this is going to be kind of the signature of the drink of it. You'll see. We're using a really high-end tequila in this one. So anyway, Chad, let me have, let's do the one with the graham cracker crumbs around rimmed on them. So, okay, now I'm going to show you how we did these rimmings on these things. We use a product called Magic Shell, so I'm going to show you those right now so you can see how we rim this drink. Anyway, first is the Gingerbread Man, and it is a tall rocks glass. And what I'm going to do with it is we're going to dip it in this caramel Magic Shell. Now, this Magic Shell is what it is. It's in a liquid state. As soon as you dip it in here and put it on the glass, then we'll immediately take it and put it in the refrigerator. When we do, what's going to happen is it will harden. And you may know this stuff as a kid. You may have seen this where you put it on ice cream and it created a shell. You go to some place like Dairy Queen, they dipped your cone in it, pulled it out, and it got hard. When this hits cold air, it hardens. So anyway, it's got a paraffin in it, which is what causes it to do it. So anyway, first things first here, we're going to dip this. Then what I'm going to do is I took graham cracker crumbs and graham crackers and crushed them, made crumbs out of them, and mixed them with sugar and cinnamon. And that's what we're going to also rim this with. So what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to dip this in the caramel and take it and turn it up a little bit so it'll start running down the glass. Then when I do, I'm going to sprinkle these graham cracker crumbs around it to get it to stick, and then we'll immediately put it in the refrigerator. So you got to be kind of quick about it because it's going to start to run. So first thing we do is dip it in the caramel here, get it good and dipped in there, and then we're going to turn it up like this, where it starts to run a little bit, and then we're going to sprinkle it. So sprinkle it with the caramel. See, it's already starting to thicken and harden on the glass here. Okay. There, get plenty of it on there so it sticks. Okay, now we have it. Now we're going to stick it in the refrigerator. So now that you've seen how we rim this drink here, this is the Gingerbread Man, we're going to call it. And let's get some stuff going here and make it up. First thing, I'll use Captain Morgan's. Let me get some of this crap out of the way so you guys can see what's going on. Where's the gingerbread? Oh, here we go. Okay, now Captain Morgan's spice rum, and Where's the Schlager? We need that. Very potent. This is Schlager. It's a 100 proof cinnamon schnapps, and then also Captain Morgan's spice rum. So let's get started here. A little ice. I use 3/4 of an ounce of Schlager. Very cinnamony. And then we're going to need the Captain Morgan's, another 3/4 of an ounce of Captain Morgan's. And then we need some caramel syrup. This is just Hershey's brand. Any kind of caramel syrup will do. It's all, this is in the ice cream where you can get the magic shell in the ice cream area at the grocery store. So this is about, it's about 1/4 of an ounce. So I'm just going to kind of, pour just a little bit in there. How's that? I'll be measured. And we need the gingerbread. Where's that? Okay, here it is. We need about 3 ounces of this. So. Two, and one more. Yeah, we're going to shake it really, really good, get it good and cold. Alright, who over there is interested in the gingerbread? Pauline, how about you? No, she's going to want you. Well, you might want this tonight. So. This is good and cold. Come on. Alright. Let's see here. Where's my old strainers? There they are. Alright, who's the guinea pig? Everybody's camera shy over here, so. Tell you what, on this one too, I'm going to take a little nutmeg and sprinkle on top of it too. And there's the gingerbread man. I'm going to come in on this, Rebecca. It's really, so they can see it. You can see the top of it. It looks really good. It's kind of frothy on top because I shook it so much that the creamer that we've used is kind of, creating a head on it. So anyway, all right, who wants it? Chad, give it to somebody. Pauline's over there waving, so let's give it to her.
And a broken foot. She hasn't.
Okay, now I'm going to show you. We're going to show you how we rim this one here in just a second. This is basically the chocolate magic shell with the peppermint, the crushed peppermints on it. So let me show you how we did this first. This is how we're going to do the chocolate covered candy cane. And again, we're using the magic shell, but what I've done is I've taken some peppermint candy that we had, the peppermint candy canes that we had, and just put them in a bag and just beat the snot out of them. And just crushed them up really good, and so they could be kind of crusty and powdery. So that's what we did, and then we're going to do the same thing with the chocolate here, but we're going to sprinkle this on top of the chocolate once we do it. So anyway, let's do that. Just a standard martini glass. Again, get it in there really good. And turn it up, and now we're going to sprinkle it really quickly with chocolate. And that's good right there. And if you look, you can see the little pieces of candy stuck to it and the little pieces of red. It's really a good looking drink. So anyway, okay, here we go. Peppermint mocha. This is what I call the chocolate covered candy cane. And again, we're using another coffee creamer. They're all pretty much used and this one. So now this one uses Jaguar vodka, Rumple mints, and then we use a little grenadine to get the red color for it. So let's get it made up here. A little ice. Actually, that's probably more than I needed. And let's get it done. I'm going to do this. And we need 2.5 ounces. And this is a 2 ounce. And just a skosh more. Now, we need some Jaguar vodka right here. And we need about 3/4 of an ounce. So and then we need 3/4 of an ounce of the Rumple mints. This is again is very powerful. This is basically 100 proof peppermint schnapps, so it's pretty strong stuff, but got a good flavor to it. Grenadine. This is mainly nothing more than just for some color. Glass. And now it's it on there. Probably should have done this the other way, but alright. Starting to turn pink. Wow, it's frosting the glass over here, guys. So a little bit more. Who wants this one? Yeah, I knew that was coming. That was kind of a dumb question.
I'll share.
The wife likes the chocolate, and she's gonna like the peppermint here too. So, kind of cool. All right, Mr. Chad. Anyway, can you get a good shot of that, Rebecca? Is it good? Chocolate-covered candy cane. What else could be better than candy cane and covered in chocolate? So, you got it.
You can just ice forward.
It's full. Now let's move on. Let's stay on the chocolate theme. Let's do chocolate mint truffle, guys. This one, I think this ought to be good too. So start out a glass, and where's the chocolate mint? Here it is. And we're going to need Maker's Mark. This is what Darren ought to like. Got a good bourbon in it. So we need 1 3/4 ounces.
Do I get 2?
You want 2?
2.
How's that? Alright. And shake this up good. And we're going to put about 3 ounces of this creamer in here, so that's a good healthy 2. That'll do it. That's probably going to be a little heavy on it, but that's alright. And let's see how we go here. Just the one with just the chocolate rim. Here's the one with just the chocolate rim. Now, let me real quickly show you how we did this one. Okay, this next drink is the chocolate mint truffle. And again, we're going back to the magic shell again, but this time it's in the chocolate form. We're going to use it, and we're going to make, let's pick this. This is one of my favorite glasses. It's another one that I really like. It's got a unique base on it. The only thing I don't like about it is the base is really small down here on the bottom, so it can get knocked over real easy. You know, it can fall over. So, but it is really kind of a cool look. And in fact, somebody was asking me the other day, they saw it and thought this might have been ice or something on the bottom of it. So anyway, so again, we're going to drop this into the chocolate magic shell and get it nice and coated in there a little bit. And quickly turn it up so it starts to run down the sides of it. See how it's running down the sides? That's kind of the cool effect for it. So we're going to put it back in the refrigerator too. And a little special top on it. Let's put a little mint on top here. How's that? Smells good. All right.
I'll
Darren?
get this one myself. I'll come get this one myself.
Brad's next.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Taste it and see what you think.
Mm. You know,
Chocolatey?
you got the chocolate, but you know what's really great?
What?
You get that mint.
Well,
That's
it's laying on top, so you're going to
You
smell it really
smell it,
strong
and you
too.
get to taste it right on. And look at that glass. That's a neat glass you picked up there.
It's unique. So good, cool
All right,
glass.
guys. This is mine. Back off.
Okay. All right. Let's do let's continue on here. This is the chocolate caramel apple, or I'm sorry, chocolate caramel, coffee caramel apple. So caramel and apple usually don't kind of go with coffee, but I made this drink up ahead of time to test it and taste it, and it was phenomenal. So this is, the coffee people are gonna like this one. So, all right, Chad, it is just carameled, yeah, just like that. There you go. Thank you. Okay, again, we'll show you how we did this. All right, now we're going to do the drink, and this is going to be a coffee drink that we're going to do, but I'm rimming it with the caramel here too. So anyway, we're going to take this glass. It's actually one of my favorites. It's kind of cool because it's got a little red dot blown into the bottom of the glass. It's a fairly large martini glass. This actually holds about 8 to 9 ounces versus some of the other martini glasses that we have are about 6. So it's a larger one, and this is a bigger drink. So this is going to be a coffee drink that we're going to do. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip that in here again, get it in, pull it out, and then immediately turn it up, because what we want is we want it to run down the sides, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator. And that way you'll be able to see it here in a little while, what it looks like once it's done. Now here's the coffee caramel apple. Well, that's a tongue twister. I don't know why I have problems with that. So first thing we're going to need is a little Starbucks coffee liqueur. Darren's over there. He's a coffee guy. So, oh, by the way, you guys are going to be in for a really big treat. This is my last show for the year to do, and then when I get done with this, Darren's actually going to do the first New Year's show, and he's going to come in. He's got David coming in, a friend of ours, and he's a very talented guy with coffee and bartender wise too. So he's coming in, and he and Darren are going to do a show, and they're going to do a coffee drink for you. So you got a big treat coming for that one. But in that, we're going to do a little more coffee here today too. So, all right, now this is a 1 1/4 ounce of, and running out of jiggers here. Here we go. And that one, that's 1 1/4. How about some ice first too, Jerry? You guys are making me hungry over there. Which is not a bad thing. Yeah, we'll get a plate here in a minute. So 1 1/4 of the Starbucks coffee. Then we need some Jaguar vodka, and what to do with it, there it is. And about an ounce of Jaguar vodka to it. Very strong drink, by the way. And this is a little caramel. What to do with the caramel? There it is. And a little bit of apple juice. So or so of apple juice. There. And there's the tin. Shake it really, really well. All these drinks, you got to shake them really, really good because you want them really cold. Except for one of these last ones that we're doing. Okay, then we need to add 2 ounces of the caramel apple to it. And spill some, it's alright. All over me. Alrighty. Brad, this ought to be a little better. But it will be coffee flavor to a certain extent. This is actually quote unquote the signature drink of the show. This is one that I kind of came up with and it sounds pretty good. It's got toasted pecans, and let me show you first how we, let me have the glass first there, Mr. Chad. And this is the glass, and it's rimmed with caramel and toasted pecans. So, and then we stuck it in the freezer to keep it nice and cold, and that's because the magic shell, works better when it's cold. So let me show you first how we rim this and how we cooked up the pecans and everything. And this one actually is going to take a little bit of work for you to do at home if you're going to do some cooking at home. This is the one that's going to take a little bit of time. So here's what we're going to do with it first. I just bought some pecans and Kroger grocery store. They're pieces. You don't have to get the whole ones or anything because we're just going to chop them up in a food processor anyway. So then we're going to melt some butter with this and then some salt in here, and we're going to kind of do a toasted pecan, but we're going to do it really, really fine, and we're actually going to rim the glass with this. Once it's made up, we'll actually rim the glass with it. Now, this idea came from a chocolate ice cream recipe that my mother does. She takes salted pecans with butter and then makes this chocolate ice cream with special dark syrup and all this, and it's been a family tradition for years, this ice cream. Everybody loves it, and in fact, my father used to eat it all the time, and it may have been what added the weight on him and me. So, but anyway, so let's get started on this. We're going to melt the butter first. I'm going to take about half of this stick of butter. And we're going to melt it down in here. Problem with this butter is we don't want to heat it up and melt it too fast, or it might burn. That's the last thing we want to do is burn this. So now, while this is melting, I'm going to put some pecans in the food processor here. Chop them up, and if I don't drop them all first, it's probably the best thing to do would probably be take this lid off, don't you think? And I don't know, I'm just going to do quite a few pecans here. I'm going to probably have over too many, but we're going to do this, and then we'll add what we need to the butter here. All right. Put the lid on. Yeah, we want to turn them really, really fine. Not quite to get all the oil where they start getting all sticky, but pretty close to that. So we want it really, really fine because it's going to rim the edge of this glass. So, all right, the butter is melting really nicely. So let's add some pecans here. This is looking good. just gonna, like I said, we're just gonna melt this butter in here really good with the pecans. Got to add a little salt to it here in a minute because we want salted. So it's going to kind of taste like the pecans that you got at the state fair or wherever it was. You know, you got them and they were really nice and salty. Okay, we'll need some more pecans here because you don't want it too wet. You want it pretty dry. So it'll kind of stick to the rim. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the caramel magic shell again to put this on there so it sticks, so the pecans will stick to it. And just use a little bit of, I don't know, this is kosher sea salt or something here, so we'll salt them a little bit, not too terribly much, but oh, can you smell it? Smells good, doesn't it? And got to get them, you want them to be nice and brown and toasty here. So we're going to let them go here for a few minutes and just keep stirring them around in there so they don't burn, because they will burn if they in there too long. All right, we're just going to kind of let that set there. I got them kind of flattened out here in the pan a little bit so they're pretty well surfaced. This takes a little while to do this too, by the way. I mean, we're probably editing this tape a little bit so it looks like it's going to be really quick, but this actually takes, and don't burn them because, yeah, see, I'm getting them, you got to, the pan gets a little hot here. Got to keep stirring them, but you've got to toast them really good because you want them to, you know, they're not, you want them pretty dark brown here, so got to keep pulling it off the heat because it'll get to them. You guys see them, they're getting darker and darker, and yeah, if you don't stir them, they'll get really, really brown on the bottom. You actually kind of see them just turning darker and darker. So actually, I think we can be about done with that. So that's kind of what you're looking for right there. You want them nice and toasted, and see how dark brown they are compared to what they were. I mean, see, that's what they look like right now. I mean, but untoasted, and then what they look like toasted. So it's kind of the color and the consistency you're looking for. You want them kind of sticky and wet. But now the magic of video is taking course here. So we actually cleaned up this mess, and so we toasted let me back up a little bit. We toasted the pecans with the butter and the salt, and we ended up with this. And like I said, we're going to rim the glass with this. This is a manly man drink. So anyway, the toasted pecans with the butter and the salt on them. So we're going to use this rocks glass right here, and I'm going to dip this in the caramel magic shell again, pull it out, and then immediately going to shove it in here, and then we'll turn around and put it right into the cooler to get it cold, and then this will be the rim for this one drink that we're going to do. Anyway, so let's get started here. Let's dip this in the caramel, get it nice and coated on there. Alrighty, and then move straight over here to the pecans, and we're going to run them around in there a little bit and get the pecans to stick a little bit. All right, there we go. Now we're going to shove this in the freezer. I'm using the Riazul tequila. This is the Anejo. It's got a lot of a vanilla flavor to it, and very, very good tequila. We've done the show on this. I don't have to tell you any more about it, but other than it's just a fabulous tequila. It's one of my favorites now. So anyway, let's make this drink up and get it going. So where is my recipe down here? Okay. We're using pumpkin spice, we're using the pecan, and we're using this tequila. So this is, and my measuring cup, oh, here it is. Now we need 1.5 ounces of the tequila. I'll put ice in there in just a second. So then we need 2.5 ounces of the. Now this is just Kroger-brand. This is not Coffee Mate or the International Delights or one of the other ones you use. This is just a Kroger-brand, and this is kind of gave me the idea because it's pumpkin and pecan spice creamer, which I thought was kind of a unique combination. So we need about 2.5 ounces. So and Chad, bring me a little bit of that. No, the pecans over here. We toasted the pecans, like I said, we rimmed it here, and this just, I mean, I wish you guys could smell this, what it smells like, but it's really got a, it's salty, but yet, you know, it's going to bring out the flavor of the pecans and the creamer here too. So, anyway, put a little ice in this. What's that?
Nothing.
Now this one's just served straight up on the rocks. I'm not going to strain this one or anything. And just shake it to get it in there, and then pour the whole thing in here. And let's see, I do measure still pretty good. So anyway, this is Pumpkin Spice. It's a company here in Houston. I think they have these stores nationwide all over, but it's just a little pumpkin spice that I'm going to drop on top. If you can notice, it's kind of foaming on top, so we just add a little bit of pumpkin spice to the top of it, and there we go. Chad, this one's you. Try this one and tell me what you think.
It's good. Real
Good? Like that?
Taste the spice?
Good. Pass it around, you guys, see what you think. So, anyway, you never know when you may see me behind the bar at your local watering hole. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all the politically correct things to say about the holidays. Happy holidays to you, and hope everybody has a really good New Year. Look forward to seeing Darren do his show coming up. I think y'all will be impressed with David and what he can do. So, young guy, but he's one of the up and coming coming up. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks.